When looking at a place to stay that isn't a hotel, reviews tend to play a big part in the decision. One Philip Bed and Breakfast is hitting all the right marks and definitely a spot to stay in at least once in your lifetime.
So I'm the fourth generation and I feel blessed to be here.
The Triangle Ranch was homesteaded in 1904 by Lindy's great-grandparents.
Great-grandpa actually chose this spot rather than being in a lottery and drawing out this land description. So he wanted to be near the river here, which was a wise thing.
They came with 5 children and lived in a dugout, then a log cabin.
And then they ordered this house from Sears and Roebuck, which I'm very thankful for. They farmed and ranched and grew the ranch for many, many years.
As she got older, Lindy had this crazy idea while managing the world-famous Wall Drugs Western Boot Department.
I loved my job, but I didn't want to punch a time clock anymore.
So she decided to hang up her boots and convince her husband Kenny to open a bed and breakfast in her childhood home.
And he said, "What? Strangers in our house?" And when we got past that roadblock, then there were quite a few regulations plus the renovation.
Changing closets into full-size bathrooms and figuring out the plumbing and the electricity. But most of it I did myself because you had to measure and get all the plumbing to meet code, which is the difference between your own house and when you got public coming in.
With a very short timeline to get things done.
The remodeling probably should have taken a year and a half, and we tried to do it historically, so it didn't change the footprint of the house. But we had to cram it into 6 months because I advertised and we were going to be open by then.
The two working together to modernize things.
And then we adapted the carriage house because we had to keep it in repair and re-roof it, so made it into a little cabin, kind of like a tiny house on steroids, cowboy flavor, which people expect on a ranch.
Without taking away any value in accordance with preservation guidelines set by the state's Historical Society.
I wanted balconies once and they said no, but that's okay.
The Irelands always knew they were people persons and found a way to serve the public while making a living.
What we found was those guests brought so much to us. They gave us so much. And not only in knowledge and experience, but just bonding and finding out that people all over our country and the world are really the same.
From all 50 states to Europe, Asia, and Australia.
A lot of guests, right, Kenny?
A lot.
Meeting all sorts of people.
We get some unique souls who just want to be out on an old ranch and soak up nature. We had a professor from the Netherlands who stayed in February and was going to Yellowstone to study wolves. You just never know.
Working hard year-round, especially in the summer and into hunting season.
People always ask, are you busy? Well, let's see. We had 4 nights off from May 1st to October 15th. So,
with friendly faces, smiles, and advice.
Just enjoy your local area in South Dakota. There's so much to see.
And don't miss anything from the time you cross the Missouri River until you get to the Wyoming line, because it's all worth seeing.
Well, Lindy likes to say they're dinosaurs and don't have online booking except for in their cabin, which is on Airbnb. You can call them or go to their website if you have any questions on your future stay.